Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery. I'm here at the NFA Indoor Nationals in Cincinnati. I'm here with pro archer Donnie Thacker. And Donnie, you have just come out with, even today, it's actually available for sale on our site, is this new product called the SweetSpot. What is it? What's it do?
We have two versions, SweetSpot Pro and SweetSpot Go No Go.
So this will be mounted on the front of your bow on the riser.
Yes.
Probably right at the grip.
Correct, yep, somewhere in the middle of your bow. And what we're doing is measuring the flex of your riser. So we're continuously monitoring the deflection of your bow. So when you pull and you get to full draw, this keeps you from underdrawing or overdrawing. Right.
And what you'll do is you'll set this device probably on your sight bar, because it also doubles as a sight light.
That's correct.
And so you'll put it on there, you'll actually calibrate it to your bow, get it set, and then once you start drawing, it's going to find what is your sweet spot.
That's right, what your optimal value is. So every bow, every archer is going to be different. You know, depending on where you mount the sensor, how hard you pull. But what it'll let you do is shoot your bow to its potential. So when you make a few good shots, you can save that setting, and then you get a green light every time you're at that point, so you can repeat that. So consistency is really accuracy. If you can do the same thing every time, doesn't matter how you do it, it's just going to help everybody improve a level.
And like you said, there's two lights on there. So there's a green light that when you hit the optimal spot, when you hit the sweet spot, it's going to turn green. If you pull too hard, it's going to go red. If you ease up, it just goes out altogether.
The green will go off, yep.
So you'll know.
Yep, so it'll help relieve that dip bang that you can't ever been able to nail down what caused it.
I mean, you're a pro, so you're shooting arrows every day and you get a feel for it in practice, but when you get to a tournament, it's different.
It's different. You lose that feel in your hands. When you get really nervous, you know, all that training and all, it goes out the window. You need something real time to tell you that you're in the sweet spot. You know, it gives you a confidence that you will hit behind your pin, and that's what we're looking for. And
so there we're talking about the tournament archer, but also bow hunters. There's a benefit to them as well.
We have an LED light for the bow hunter that will plug in, and it will come on your at your optimal value. So when you're at the place to be the most accurate in your shot, the amount of pressure that makes you the most accurate, the light will come on. So there's no moving around or fumbling in the deer stand. When an animal comes out, you simply grab your bow, draw back, and when you get to that value, the light, your fiber will be eliminated.
Your sight pin will light up.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
if he hangs behind a tree or you creep up, if you're holding too long, instead of getting a high shot and spine shooting a deer or shooting over a deer, you'll know to pull until your pin's on. You'll have to aim.
Right.
And then you make an ethical shot.
All right, so Donnie, you order your sweet spot. It comes to your house in the mail. What is it in the package? What are you getting?
All right, so first you're going to pull out your box. This is the controller, the brains of the unit.
Yes.
So this is the most important part. You'll have this. You'll have a micro USB cable. It's ribbon cable, very thin, easy to route along your bow.
Yeah.
So that will run to your sensor. Your sensor, which is a series of strain gauges, that will mount to the front of your riser. So you're just going to route this wire from the sensor to the box.
Gotcha.
Okay. Once that's done, you can, so this is what's giving you your real time. So also from the box, this is your LED card.
Okay.
You will have a red and a green light. Jesse has his mounted inside of his scope on the top. I have mine mounted behind my bubble so that it illuminates my bubble.
Right.
And then there will be a connector, and you'll have a light to go to your pin. So to conserve battery, you know, they're all rechargeable batteries. When you start to draw your bow, it will turn your fiber on. If you're using a fiber, if not, you unplug it and shoot like that.
Sure.
So, every bow will be different. I mounted mine on my grip. You want something flat. So Jesse's sensor will be mounted up here, but he does not have this contour here, this groove. So mine's here on the front of the sensor. I plugged my cable in, used the grip tape. Doesn't hurt nothing. This thing's waterproof, but that just keeps it protected a little more.
Sure.
You route your wires up and they plug into the unit.
Yeah.
And then your LED comes from here. Everything's labeled on the end. Here's your charging port. You know, you're looking at 4.5 to 6 hours with the Wi-Fi on the Pro model. On the Go No Go model, 7 hours plus. So.
Yeah. And then it's the wires continuing out over just to your...
It's routed up and goes to the scope housing. You can see here how it comes on when I reach full draw. So green, I'm good. If I over pull or red, creep up, it goes off. You know, it's a common occurrence for an archer in pressure to lose the feeling in their hands, overpull, they're not going through their shot like they normally do. So a lot of times if you overhold, you'll make a bad shot. So what we have is a way to notify the archer. We get 2 flashes. Just 2 quick flashes. The light continues to work in case you have to get the shot off, but it lets you know, hey, you're overholding, at your own risk. Fire the shot. So,
and you can set that.
You can set that for any amount of time.
Yeah.
So mine's about on 15 seconds and Jesse's is on around 20.
Let's talk a little bit about the difference between the Pro and the Go No-Go. Let's start with the Go No-Go since that's the simpler model.
Okay.
How does that work?
Well, let me show you how it works, a bit easier to explain.
Sure.
So you turn on the unit, it'll ask you to calibrate. So what you'll do is you'll glue the sensor to the front of your riser. It doesn't matter where, you want a good flat spot, at least the width of the sensor. So you glue that on with super glue, we'll let that set for about 30 minutes and make sure it's cured. That's the most important part of the whole thing. So for accuracy and repeatability, you have to have a good contact there, good solid mount.
Gotcha.
So you would mount this on your riser, on your sight rod, whatever works best for you. And you will turn it on, it'll say calibrate the unit. You will hit calibrate. It will center every bow. There might be a little flex how you glue the sensor on, so it zeroes it, kind of like a weight scale. It's the tear. Once that's on, it'll say fire shot. And what you're going to do is you're going to shoot your bow. After you shoot it, it will save that shot and it will set that as your green light. So wherever you fire, it's going to be your green light. At that point, it gives you something to go off of.
Sure.
So that might not be a perfect shot, but it gets you a starting ground, and then you can shoot your bow and you can adjust that for any level. So it'll set your green light where you fired and your red about 20 counts higher than what you fired at, and then you can widen that tolerance for a beginner, and you can tighten it down, if you're a pro or a very accurate shot.
Point being that the light will come on when you're in the sweet spot.
That's right.
Or the green light will come on. It'll be the red light if you pull too hard.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the Go No-Go. Yep. Now the Pro, this thing's got all kinds of things.
So even the Go No-Go, you're self-contained. You can review all your shots. 500 shots. You can go back and look. You got 16 levels of brightness, and it's not guessing. It's not pushing a button and seeing what it does.
Right.
You have a number on here that you can go off of to get it right there. They're both can be water resistant. The Pro, the benefits to the Pro is you'll have Wi-Fi. We're going to have an app that you can go on. You can look at a graph, so you can see exactly what you did. So not only what value you fired at, but what you did throughout the shot. So you can perfect your hold, perfect your setup, and see if you're leaking pressure at the end, if you're increasing pressure at the end. You can really hone in on your accuracy with it.
That was what impressed me as we were looking at that graph, that you could see through the hold. We were watching you shooting. You could see through the hold, and if you crept up a little bit, you could see that drop in the graph. So either real time, you can see that in the lights, or going backwards, you can review it.
That's right.
If you have a coach
can watch that live. He can watch the graph as you do. It's a line graph. We're recording every quarter of a second, so we're not going to miss much. The coach can look and he can see exactly what that archer's doing. It's almost finally putting a number to feel. Everybody has a really good shot and it feels great and they hit in the middle, but it's hard to replicate that. So, and especially hard for a coach to watch someone and see that they leaked pressure or what they did. Now he can watch it and he has solid data to be able to coach them to make them better.
That is the SweetSpot. This is available at Lancaster Archery Supply, of course, lancasterarchery.com, our website. If you like this video, be sure and give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at lancasterarchery.com.